Hello, my neurospicy double Pisces. This is Casey, and this is going to be your miniature reading today. And it's going to be about basically you are on this person's mind nonstop, and they're wishing that they could do things differently. So, pile one, if you'd like to choose with a sticker. Looks kind of like the Ace of Wands. Pile two came with two stickers. We have a cauldron and a sticker that says the tar pits on it. La Brea tar pits. Okay. And then pile three, we have this beautiful third eye. Looks like it's green. So, if you are interested, you can find the timestamps down below for your little miniature reading that we're having. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, sending you so much love and warm soul hugs. I will see you at your piles. Bye. Hey, pile one. If you chose this sticker with, seems like the Ace of Wands, it's giving a passionate or inspirational change. Okay, so let's see what we have for you. So we have I wish things could be different. Yeah, this is a big theme in these short readings today. So I wish things could be different. We're going to go ahead and look at your tarot as well. Save the mindful message for last. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so all right, so the Nine of Pentacles combined with the desire for change suggests you may have achieved some kind of high personal independence, or they may have security or self-worth, but also experiencing a disconnect between your material stability and emotional desires. You may be valuing, or they may be valuing their autonomy so highly that it acts as a barrier, causing a wish for a more emotionally connected different relationship dynamic, right? Because when you think about the Nine of Pentacles, you get independence versus isolation. Like creating a beautiful, stable life alone, but the self-sufficiency might be preventing the interdependence that a romantic relationship requires. Um, you know, suggesting high standards and suggesting that you know your worth and refuse to settle, which is positive. But it may also imply you could be holding out for an ideal that feels out of reach. I wish things were different. This longing makes me feel like you are ready to stop functioning solely as an independent unit. Maybe willing to share your garden of abundance with someone else or your person. Take it how it resonates. These messages could be, mirrored. It's whatever you intuitively, you'll know it's for you or if it's your person. So we also kind of, we have this refinement and self-care coming through, like a need for continued self-care and self-sufficiency. Because even while wanting to change, focus should still remain on maintaining your own happiness and confidence. See what your mindful message is. Mirror. In order to change my life outside, I need to change inside. Once I am open to this change, my exterior reality will begin to mirror those new shifts. So, pile one, that is going to be it for you. And make sure to do all the things. The engagement is, this channel is very new, so anything helps. Tell me about your own special version of Neurospicy. I love hearing those stories, and I would like to create this as a safe space for us all to kind of share our weirdness together. Because that's, we gotta kind of stick together. Yeah. Okay. Well, I have a habit of not being able to wrap these things up. So let me go ahead and just say thank you so much for being here. I hope you like these miniature readings. And, if you need anything from me, you can check out all that information down below. And I hope to see you in the next one. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye. Hey, pile two. If you chose either of these stickers, which we have cauldron and a tar pits, brand tar pits sticker, and there we're gonna dive in and get your cards. We're gonna save the mindful message as your advice, and we're gonna get. Okay, so your hidden message here is that I wish I could share my good news with you. And your tarot card is the King of Swords. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay, so let's get into it. So getting the King of Swords in a love reading combined with this, I wish I could share my good news with you, seems like, excuse me, a situation kind of defined by mental clarity, high standards, frustrating barriers with communication or emotional closeness, and often kind of represents a mature, analytical person who is cautious in love but deeply loyal. Well, the King of Swords, as far as love goes, as logical over emotional. The King of Swords rules the mind rather than the heart. The person or energy is fair, honest, direct, can be emotionally reserved or even blunt. High standards, very cautious when with relationships. Like a cautious, like almost auditing approach to love, ensuring values and logic align before committing. But it's usually like an intellectual bond. Connection is built on mental stimulation and shared intellect rather than purely passionate outbursts. So when you have, I wish I could share my good news with you, the barriers to this communication, this good news, could indicate a positive development, perhaps, in life, love, career, but the inability to share it points to emotional distance, maybe a hidden relationship, or a situation where the King of Swords is deliberately holding back, very controlled in expression. King of Swords may have good news that is rational, like a promotion, but feels unable to share it due to being so emotionally guarded and fearful of being vulnerable. You know, so the unspoken truth is that this card often requires that unspoken truths be spoken. And this statement shows the desire to share, but King's nature is to hesitate until the timing is logically perfect. Excuse me. I don't know if you can hear, but my little Lily's just over there snacking. So, okay. There is a need for direct truth. The King of Swords kind of urges you to stop overthinking and be direct. If you are waiting to share this news, or if they are, then, this suggests finding a calm, rational, straightforward way to do so without passive aggression. So, this could describe an emotionally reserved person. This may describe a partner who is very successful in their career but struggles to show their feelings, causing you to feel lonely even if they care deeply. The wait and see situation is coming through as like King of Swords maintains their guardedness until their mind's settled. There might be planning how to share the news effectively, how or they're at least maybe trying to prioritize. It really feels like they'd be more prioritizing their career per se over like an immediate like emotional Intimacy? I don't know if this is even making sense. Okay, so bottom line. This combination suggests a strong intellectual connection with someone who is loyal but currently guarded, distant. The good news will likely be shared when they have analyzed the situation and feel it is safe to do so, prioritizing logic and truth over spontaneous passion. Let's see what the mindful message is. I know my throat chakra's been trying to go out this whole time. The better it gets. We've got this cloud with the sun. When things happen that cause me to feel good, I know there are much more good feeling things coming my way. The better it gets, and I keep rising up. So I just heard, just hold on for one more day. Things will go your way. Hold on for one more day. I know there's. But yeah, break free from the chains. um, Someday somebody's gonna make you want to turn around and say goodbye. Okay. And I think your person knows that it's time to they're trying to figure out when to kind of come in. When's the most logical time? But I feel like the worst is over and it's only going to get better. Even if it is just finding out that this person is a lesson. But I don't know. You let me know down in the comments if anything has resonated, if it made any sense. And thank you so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, anything you need, you'll find down in the description box. And check out my other channels, Mosaic Mermaid, Seraphim Siren. I'm really trying to get Seraphim Siren to 1K. This channel is obviously very new, so I appreciate any help here. But I really just love to hear all your little neurospicy stories because I feel like that has a lot to do with how we understand the energy that we get from these cards, how, and the intuition and discernment and epiphanies and serendipities that life gives us. Some of us just have a way better radar, and so let me know down below if you want to share anything. And thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, pile 3. Oops. If you chose this, reminds me of just like a third eye sticker. Green, which could be significant. This is going to be a reading. Let's put this over here, and we're going to see what your messages are and your tarot. And we'll leave the mindful message for last. Now, you had two come out, so lucky you. Your message is, I knew exactly what I was doing. And then your tarot cards are the Nine of Cups and the Page of Wands. Okay, let's see. Okay. So altogether, it feels like a confident, intentional approach to love where someone is actively pursuing and achieving an emotionally satisfying wish fulfillment scenario with the Nine of Cups and the Page of Wands suggests a playful yet deliberate romantic venture aimed at happiness and excitement and mm, Nine of Cups is kind of like a wish fulfillment, the wish card. It's emotional fulfillment, it's satisfaction, it's happiness in a relationship. Page of Wands is more of a new, exciting, adventurous beginning, a spark of creative passion, and the desire to explore. Though it still may be very early in the curious stages. Then we have, I knew exactly what I was doing, and this kind of emphasizes that the actions taken were not accidental, and it speaks to a conscious decision to pursue this specific emotional outcome. So I feel like the combined meaning is that, like, a partner or a potential love interest is consciously creating a fun or satisfying scenario to get what they want in love. And they are pursuing you or will be pursuing you with confidence because they see this connection as a source of joy, and they've been very intentional with their advances to ensure a happy, fulfilling outcome. But they know exactly what they're doing. Let's see what your mindful message is. All is okay. Kind of giving yourself a hug there. All that I feel is okay. I hold myself in love through the unsureness, the worry, doubt, anger, fear, anxiety, rejection, or overwhelm. I am thankful to feel the full range of emotions that I do. These emotions are the very contrast that leads to my higher expansion. So, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know down below if this resonated, if you like these types of readings. I am very neurospicy, which is why I decided to create this channel. It, you know, kind of gets a little old on my other channels to hear how slow I am or how, you know, I just, my little neurospiciness, all my little things, they come out. And so on here, I'm just not going to have to be apologetic for it, which I'm not really over there, but I feel like more of my people will be here. And, you know, my favorite thing to do is sit and chit chat, and it's always very hard for me to just turn off the camera. Even though I am 100% introverted. Yeah, I took the test. It said 100%. Um, and a little bit agoraphobic. And you know, OCD. There's lots of little things and quirks, and I know that there's so many differences to all of, you know, the neurospices out there. My little neurospices. Um, but I know that I have, you know, so many funny stories to share, um, and I want to be able to kind of do that through this content somehow. I am trying to get like an established rhythm going on here. That's why I'm creating these little shorts, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to. I've got, you know, 3 channels, so I'm trying to just kind of. I wanted somewhere where I could go and just let all my creativity out, which my other channels are very colorful and whatnot, but I don't know. I think a lot of people um, just with the comments that I get, it's just very which is another thing. If I deem anything negative, that's not going to happen here. I will um, delete and block. Okay, I'll probably send you a little bit of a your own medicine before I delete and block, but just know, uh, what is it they say? You're gonna mess with the bull, you're gonna get the horns. Although I am a double Pisces Scorpio rising, so I will, I guess, just sting the shit out of you. um, the fish in me are just love, so um tears. So, and there will be those too. Because yeah, emotions have to come out. And don't ever feel like you can't be emotional, um, or that you're too emotional, too sensitive, because I feel it's more a superpower, right? There's so many people in this world that are just terrible, right? So, um, I just wanted a little corner of this community where I can just get on here and be weird and talk about my weirdness and you guys talk to me about your weirdness, and then we all kind of just talk to each other, and yeah, I just want a safe space for us. So, anywho, any engagement, or is beautiful. You don't have to, but it does help the channel to be seen. um it's really not uh the algorithm isn't working in anybody's favor, so any help is beautiful. So like, subscribe, uh, comment multiple times. um I am always gonna answer your comment. Now, if you leave a comment and I don't answer it, there could be a couple of things going on. Number one, obviously, you could be blocked. So if you said something shitty, then yeah, you could be blocked, and that's, but obviously if you're not shitty and I don't respond, it's because YouTube has, with all these changes they've made, it's I don't even get notifications for like, how you reply to a comment and then you reply to that and you can have like a little a little chat. Well, any of those replies, I have to like manually go in and look through everything to see if there's anything I've missed, right? And that kind of irritates me because I'm OCD and I make sure to comment back to everyone. So, and you know, you could always, to avoid that, you can leave separate comments if you'd like. But just know eventually I always go in there and try to make sure I at least look around to see if I've missed anything. And yeah, that'll be my little chit chat for today. Um, the tarot readings on the other channels, I found that you know people want you to be fast, and they want you to be um, when I'm just an intuitive reader, okay, and my brain, it comes and goes within this process. So, you know, I guess it's time to say goodbye to all my beautiful friends. I was just trying to think if I could say DOUBLEPISCES. Stupid. And if you're crazy like me, just follow. Just like, subscribe, talk to me. I like to chat with all of you. So, okay. I'm going to leave it here. This wasn't supposed to be this long, but you know, if you don't know, you're going to find out. So, yeah. Thanks for staying for the chat. If you're still here, I like to do this because I never believe that people are still here at this point. So, if you are still here, leave me one of those eyeball emojis. Or leave me a hug. The hug emoji. All right. Well, thank you again, my lovelies. I am sending you so much love, warmth, hugs, and I hope to see you in the next one. Okay. Bye.